can we get rest in peace for the death of Chadwick Boseman? Yeah. So, with that out the way, let's get into it.
That's God willing. I'm trying to change the world. Gotta teach the children. I ain't never letting up. I gotta stack a billion. Stay away from the fake like they reptilian. Hill game on the rise. No, we all killing. I got blood in my eyes and I can't see.
Hey guys, so yeah, let's get into the story. And so in this one, the Namikaze clan and the Uzumaki clan will be kind of related, and only like the people that awaken the bloodline of, well, I'm gonna call it the Black Panther, are get this ability, and only the males can get it. And so Naruto, Minato and Kushina will be both heirs of their clan, but Minato and Kushina's clan got wiped out. And so yeah, they got married and all that jizz, and so then they had Naruto. And so Minato's side had the reflexes, the speed, but Kushina's side had the strength, and they have the ability to the ancestors guide them on. aka Minato and Kushina will guide them on. And so yeah, so let's get into it. And so when Naruto was born, same thing happens. And so Naruto, I'm gonna just time skip to like age 8, I'm gonna say. Yeah. And so when Naruto is at age 8, he's getting chased by villagers. And so then Chunin appears, and it's Mizuki, and that Mizuki hates Naruto even more in this one. And so, well, Mizuki's throwing kunai and other Chunin and stuff, and Naruto's dodging. And so then another kunai is going at Naruto's face, at his heart. And so then Naruto awakened his KK Genkai. And so when he saw it looked like it slowed down. And so yes, the Namikaze clan will be close to the Uchiha clan. They'll be like cousins. One of the Uchiha clan members went to the Namikaze clan, and that's how the Namikaze clan got started. But they can't awaken the Sharingan, but they get the reflexes from the Sharingan, and they can see the speed of how a person goes and stuff, and can mimic it basically. And so, well, Naruto sees it and dodges, and so then he gets mad at the Chunin, and so he speed blitzes them, punches them, and it broke Mizuki's rib, and then he kicked another Chunin. And so then the Chunin start using fire style fireball jutsu, but something weird happens. This purple aura surrounds Naruto, and so he'll have the abilities of the Black Panther suit, but not but so he can absorb the kinetic energy, but this energy is the purple aura around Naruto. So yeah, and so he'll have this purple aura around Naruto, and then Naruto feels something boiling up like in his stomach after they just basically punch him and kick him. Naruto, when the fireball's coming, he releases it, blasting it away. Then he goes, and then he grabs Mizuki's throat, slamming it into the ground. And then he looked at the other Chunin, and then he punched the Chunin, kicked it, and then he kicked the Chunin up in the air, and then jumped with and saying, "How am I jumping this high?" And then he slams that Chunin down to the ground, killing him. And so then the villagers start running away, saying, "How is the demon getting stronger?" And so then the Hokage appears, and then Naruto passes out. It's his first awakening of his bloodline. And he remembers what Minato said about his and Kushina's bloodline mixing. If Naruto got it, he would be unstoppable. And so then the Hokage sees this, and so he thinks, Minato told me when he awakens, I'm supposed to tell him, or Minato will himself. And so he decides to give Naruto scrolls on the clan, basically. And so Naruto will get scrolls called the Black Panther style. It's T'Challa's fighting style. It's quick attacks, punches, it's basically using his whole body, and Naruto's acrobatic skills will of course be heightened, and so it's just using his acrobatic skills, like all of his body, his arms, his legs, his like even his neck, basically. Yeah, his neck. And so, well, now Naruto, um, awake, gets awoke, and so then the Hokage tells Naruto to go to the library. And so Naruto finds scrolls about the Uzumaki clan, and the Hokage made sure that it was the scrolls he wanted him to get. And so Naruto got him and started training. But the Hokage knew about this. And so Naruto started training in at the Team 7 training ground that nobody trained at. And so he started training. So first he decided to do to get to do the training that it said. And so this thing is, it's a blood seal that Minato and Kushina did. And so it's basically a training regimen, and it's over 1,000 scrolls. This scroll has been passed down to generations. It starts from a child that is basically in the academy to get stronger. And so it starts off because Uzumaki and Namikaze clan people are stronger than the average, well, person. And so it's cruel work, like my guy in Rock Lee level. And so it's 1,000 kicks, 1,000 punches, uh, 100 laps around the village. And so Naruto is really tired after this. So he isn't the normal human being. So he has to train way harder to get his development. And so then after this, the next day, after he passed that scroll for that day, Minato, or well, the clan thing said that, well, now you have to do your chakra control. And so then it said you'll stick a leaf to your forehead, then you'll do tree walking and water walking. And so it took Naruto about a month to do all this. It's appropriate because Naruto finished tree walking in like a week and water walking, well, in like a day. But yeah. But I'll give him like a week or two to do that too. And so after that, Naruto's chakra control has gotten way better. And so then, and so this Kika Genkai is like on at all times. But to draw out like more of it, like the purple aura comes out. And so it's like stages, kind of like the Sharingan. Like you can make it just a 3-tone one, but then transform it into the Majigenkyo, kind of like that, but not really. You know what I mean. And so, well, Naruto gets the next scroll. It's about the taijutsu. It says start the Black Panther taijutsu. And so Naruto's starting this. And so then after a month of doing it, Naruto has gotten really good with it. And the scroll says keep the scroll, but we're gonna move on. You're probably low Genin level by now, in which Naruto is. And so then Naruto after this smiles, but then the Hokage comes to that training field and tells Naruto, you'll be entering the academy in 3 months, because it's around summer right now for Naruto, because the academy just finished. And so Naruto nodded at Hiruzen and said okay. And so one day Naruto went to Hiruzen and asked him, do you have chakra sheets? And this is two months after, and Naruto has been doing a lot of chakra control, taijutsu, and has started ninjutsu and speed, of course. And so Hiruzen says, oh sure, Naruto. And so then he gives him a chakra sheet, and Naruto has wind, fire, and water. And so there's a secret thing about the mixing of the Namikaze and Uzumaki blood. He is given the ability to shoot when he does fireball jutsu, it's a purple fireball. And so yeah, that's part of it. I of course I'm just going to give him some abilities for it. Like, bro, I think it'll be pretty cool. And he will get a Black Panther as a summoning, and I can't wait. And so yeah. And so well, now Naruto is fighting, well, yeah, fighting a log, and so then his girl shows the shadow clone jutsu. And so then Naruto learns it after like a week. And so after that week, whoop, he has it and starts training with it with his speed. And his shadow clones are going at like the same speed. And so it's his reflexes and stuff. And it's upping his reflexes. And so after he finished that scroll, it was the end of that. It was end of the second month. And so this is his last month. And he thinks, I have to get stronger this month. And so then, they give him jutsu. The scroll Naruto says, Yata! Let's go. And so then, it's the fireball jutsu, water style water bullet jutsu, and wind style wind bullet, and wind style great breakthrough. And so that's his chakra elements, and those are the main chakra elements of both clans. And so it was tons of those and some other stuff, but Naruto just ignored that stuff. And so, well, now Naruto starts practicing, and 6 months later he masters those jutsu. He can do all of them with one hand sign. And so when he does fireball jutsu, he just does one hand sign, and for the other, and he can use half of a hand sign for the shadow clones. But it'll be harder. It'll just be like 5 clones, but still good. It's still good. And so, well, now Naruto, for the rest of the 6 months, he is practicing taijutsu mainly, and some more ninjutsu, and more shadow clones and chakra control. And so now he is in the academy. And so when he arrives the first day, everybody's looking at him with wonder, like, who is that kid? And so he recently spoke to Naruto before this and said, Naruto, can you do me a favor? Do not show anybody your strength. And so Naruto nodded. And so Naruto just didn't like Sasuke's guts, because Sasuke always thought that he was so powerful and was so all that, but Naruto knew that he could easily beat Sasuke, but he just endured it. And so, well, now, time skip 2 years, Naruto has always been training and stuff, and so Naruto just had the best idea: use shadow clones to train while he's not there. And so he started doing that and has gotten better progress than he did going to school. And so, well, now Naruto is about like low Chunin level in his taijutsu, ninjutsu mid Chunin level, genjutsu bad but has a good genjutsu resistance, and his Kekkei Genkai training has been going pretty well too. And so, well, now Naruto, 2 years time skip again. It's the last year, and Naruto has become high Chunin level in ninjutsu, taijutsu, and so yeah, and so then Naruto, when he's in sleep, he meets. It's in this open field. Under a tree, he sees people, and it's his ancestors of all the princes, or, well, kings, turns into become kings. And so then they say, Naruto Uzumaki, welcome. And then Minato jumps down and says, hey, Naruto. And Naruto asks, wait, who are you? And he says, well, I'm your father. And Naruto says, why'd you leave me? And so Minato talked to Naruto and says, Naruto, there is a sword, and it's your sword passed down from generations from the Uzumaki clan. It has all of our souls into it. And so, go get it. And Naruto asks, wait, where is it? And Minato says, I can't tell you, but follow your heart. And so Naruto gets taken out of that place. And so, sorry about that. And so then Naruto thinks, follow my heart. Follow my heart. And so then he is, he goes to, the forest of death. He just goes to all the training fields and ends up in the forest of death. And so he starts running there. And so then he feels something under him after going a mile from that position. And so then he starts digging up, and then it's this sword. So this sword isn't any other kind of sword. It's sharp bladed, and it was in a purple sheath with the Uzumaki Namikaze clan symbol on it. And yeah, and so then Naruto unsheathed it, and it was powerful. When he swung it against the tree snapped in half. Of course, he channeled chakra into it, and the Uzumaki have special chakra, like they say. And so Naruto combined with the Namikaze, it's purple chakra. And so purple flames start appearing on it, and he sliced it in half, the tree in half. And Naruto thinks, cool. And so, now Naruto, decides to head out. And so, now Naruto is going back to school. And so time skip to the end of the year. And so Naruto decides to show his true strength. He wanted to make sure that he was strong enough to protect himself and protect the people he loves, because he knew that people were out for his father and mother. And so he decided to confront Lord Third about this. And Lord Third says, okay, Naruto, I will announce your heritage in the next Chunin exams in 6 months. And he says, that's enough time for you to get stronger. And so Naruto nods and says, okay. And so Lord Third nods at Naruto, and Naruto swims away. Yes, he learned how to body flicker away. And so Naruto thinks, oh shoot, I got an idea. And so he never thought, why didn't his family think of this? And so he started practicing with it. It's the thing that Shisui did with his body flicker. He just can teleport around and use it in fighting. But then his family told him that Shisui had a Sharingan. And Naruto says, but don't we have the same abilities that the Sharingan does with the speed and that kind of stuff aspect? And they widened their eyes saying, yeah, that's true. And so Naruto says, perfect. And so he starts training with it, but then he has to do the exams. And so the first thing is, kunai and shuriken. And so Naruto decides to show his true strength with that. And so then he throws 10 kunai at the targets and gets a bullseye. And they're all amazed, saying, wait, how is that possible? And so then, or in like the circle thing, only like one of the kunai fit for the bullseye. And so then he got 10 out of 10 for the shuriken, and everybody was amazed. He got a perfect score. And Sasuke got 9 out of 10, angry. And he was like, how did that dope clanless loser get better than me? And so then, now, it was a break, and Sasuke demanded Naruto to fight him. And Naruto says, "No, leave me alone." And then body flickered away in a purple uh, dash, basically. And so then Naruto ate. So now they said now it's taijutsu. And so Mizuki's still alive. I'm gonna keep him alive. And so Mizuki wanting to make Naruto pay for beating him up that back then, he decided to put Naruto against Sasuke. And so then Naruto is right. It goes says, and Sasuke says, "Yes, I get the match I wanted. You shall." And so let's get to it. And so Sasuke runs at Naruto. Well, no, Sasuke's not running at Naruto because he has to intercept the fist of the Uchiha clan. And so Sasuke's waiting for Naruto to go. And so Naruto just body flickers in front of Sasuke and punches Sasuke right in the face. And so Naruto says, "I know what you Uchiha do. So you guys try to copy people's taijutsu. It's very not impressive to me. You guys are just copycats, basically." And so then Sasuke gets enraged, and Naruto says, "Actually, what was one jutsu the Uchiha clan didn't steal?" And so Sasuke gets even more mad, saying, "The Uchiha clan are clans of elites." And so Naruto says, "Then why do elites have to copy?" And so Sasuke says, "At least I have a clan." And Naruto says, "Oh, I actually do. The Uzumaki." And so then Naruto says, "So what about the Uchiha clan?" And so, and so Sasuke gets mad, saying, "You're lying." And then he asks, Iruka, and Iruka says, "I don't know what the Uzumaki clan is, but it sounds like a clan. So let's ask Lord Hokage." And so with that, the Hokage appeared because he was watching with his crystal ball, and he says it is a clan. They was wiped out by 2 nations because they were too strong. And so Sasuke widened his eyes, and Naruto says, "And I am the prince of my clan, but they got wiped out." So yeah, but the Uzumaki clan was closely related to the daimyo, so I could be considered royalty, but I don't know. And Hiruzen says, "Actually, you are far away nephew to the daimyo." So yeah. And so Naruto says, "Oh, so cool." And so everybody's saying, "You're lying, Lord Hokage." And so then Sakura and Ino says, "That kid can never be royalty. Just look at him." And Naruto shrugs, saying, "I don't care." And so, well, Naruto just says, "Well, let's go, Sasuke. The match is getting boring." And so then Sasuke attacks Naruto. And so then Naruto's dodging, and then he kicks Sasuke in the stomach. And this was only like 10% of his power, but made Sasuke go far into a tree, knocking him out due to his bloodline. And so, well, Naruto shrugs and walks off, and Iruka says, "Naruto Uzumaki is the winner." Yeah. And so, well, now Sasuke gets mad at Naruto, and so Sasuke thinks of Naruto as a rival, but Naruto doesn't even consider him one. So it's a one-sided rivalry very much. And so, well, now Naruto does the 2 academy things in the Bunshin. And so, yeah, he gets it done. And so, well, now Naruto passes, and he gets his headband. And so that day, Naruto decides to go shopping. And so he gets that good attire. And so Minato says, "Naruto, you can wear that, but I got something better." And so Naruto went to Minato's house, and so then he got some of that royalty, you know what I'm saying? And so then Naruto is literally dripping out. I mean, he got that drip no jutsu, my guy. And so, well, now Naruto gets placed next day. He actually, no, I'm not gonna place him on a team. He's gonna be a one man team, and so he gets placed on a team with Anko Mitarashi, and it's a one man team. And Anko says, "Oh my gosh, why I gotta be with a little brat?" But then when she met Naruto, she liked him instantly. And so then Naruto says, "So what are we gonna do, Anko Sensei?" And so she says, "I like you, brats, but let's get to training." She says, "You will do one lap around the forest to death." And so then she says, "Oh, and I'll give you some encouragement, if you will." And so she started chasing Naruto, but Naruto went on a full on sprint. My guy, he just jetted out of there, and so then the snakes couldn't even catch up, and so Anko made the snakes go faster, and so then the snakes corner Naruto, and so then Naruto decides to do a jutsu, and he says fire style, Phoenix Flame Bomb Jutsu, and blue Phoenix Flames just come out shooting at the snakes and making them go back to their summon realm. And Anko thinks cool, and so then after a lap of the force of death, she stops him, and so she says, "Okay, I accept, kid. Come back tomorrow, and we'll get started with training in the morning, and then in the afternoon, we'll do missions." And so I'm gonna time skip a month. Naruto has gotten like really stronger with Anko, and he showed her his thing, and so they just started training, and Anko trained him better with the scrolls he has, and so now Naruto and Anko have like tons of missions done with Naruto shadow clones, and so Naruto and so Hiruzen decides to make the backup for Kakashi's team, and so Naruto and Anko arrive on the last day when they fight, and so Naruto appears and Anko appears and kicks Zabuza in the face, and Naruto appears saying fire style, fire dragon jutsu, making the crystals crack, and so then Sai just looks up and says, "Oh, that's the guy Naruto. That's the guy Danzo was talking about." And so, Sasuke scowls at Naruto, and Naruto just arrives and says, "Get ready to rumble." And so then, Naruto puts his purple aura around him, suffocating Haku because it goes around the crystal mirrors. And so then Haku's throwing Senbon at Naruto, and Naruto is actually tanking it like a champ, waiting for his attack. And so then after all that stuff happens, Naruto decides to let out that kinetic energy and booms it out, man. I mean, he booms it out. And so then it shatters the mirrors. Then it makes Haku just stumble and breaks a few bones. Naruto grabs Haku and punches him in the face. And so then Naruto says, "Whoop, what now?" And so then Haku just passes out, and Kakashi and Anko body Zabuza, killing him. And so then Gato appears, and so Naruto decides to use his hand-to-hand combat and says, "Stay back, guys. I got this." And so he puts up a 4-barrier seal around all of them, and so they all watch Naruto in awe. And so Naruto runs at them and starts punching them, and so they're trying to hit Naruto with his swords and stuff, but and then Naruto just disabled most of their swords, so they just started with that hand-to-hand brawl. But little did they know, Naruto has been using that then chakra purple to, well, have it in there. Have purple chakra in there. And so he's just waiting till he has to release that kinetic energy. And so when Naruto decides that he should, Naruto releases it with a boom, killing tons of people, drowning them in the process. Then he sees Gado and says, "You." And then he disables the barrier. And then he kicks Gado to the ground. And then Naruto decides to do the execution. And so he takes the katana off of his back. And then he says, "Gado, you will pay me all your money. And so you'll sign over your business and disable all the drug trafficking, slaves, and all that other jizz." And so Gado signs it immediately, thinking that he'll get out there alive. But then when he signed it and Naruto signed it, he just cut Gado in half. And so, well, people cheer, and Naruto says, "I'll be the daimyo of your nation." And so he becomes the daimyo and gives the nation about like tons of money, like 10 million. And so then the nation's cheering and calling Naruto their savior. And so they call it the Great Naruto Bridge. And Naruto will be the daimyo, so he'll get 20% of the money that the Land of Waves gets. Yeah, 20%. And so Naruto is already going to become rich, my guy. And so, well, they finish the bridge and tons of business booms. And so, well, Sasuke isn't too fond of that. And he says, "We was here longer. How could you guys?" And they said, he killed Gato. He literally killed Haku that you couldn't even beat. And Anko is getting closer with Naruto, and as a sister, duh. And so, well, now Naruto starts calling Anko Nai-chan, and Anko starts calling Naruto Otado. And so, well, now Naruto says, "So we'll be leaving you guys." And then they leave, and Kakashi says, "Minato, your son's doing well. I only wish I could teach him." And so, well, Kakashi says, "Well, let's go, team." And so Sakura gets mad at Naruto for showing up Sasuke. And so then the daimyo hears about the new daimyo. The daimyo of the Land of Waves. He thinks, "Uzumaki? Where that? That's Kushina's boy." And he says, and so then this daimyo has no family, because so the daimyo in Boruto is the original daimyos, like, you know. And so Naruto is literally the heir to the fire, basically. And so, well, you know. And so the fire daimyo decides to visit the village, and it's this huge parade. But then the daimyo makes an announcement: "Naruto Uzumaki is my successor." And then the crowd goes in uproar, saying, "No, he's the demon. He's the demon." And so, well, the daimyo says, "Actually, he's not. I am his, what do they call it? Uncle." And so in this one, he'll be Naruto will be his second uncle, well, second nephew. And so then the daimyo looks at Naruto and he smiles at him. And so then Naruto smiles back, and so then Naruto says, "But I want to be Hokage." And the daimyo says, "Well, you can be both." And so Naruto smiles and says, "Okay." And so, well, and so the daimyo says, how long is till the Chunin exams?" He asks, he reads it, and he says, "It is in, a month." And so, well, because it took Naruto, like, a month to just be the mayo and restart the country. And so the Demeo says, well, I'm going to take Naruto in for the 2 months he has, and Anko will train him. Smiling at Anko, and he says, since you're Naruto's adopted sister to him, you're more than welcome. And so Anko smiles, thinking, wait, since Naruto is the heir to the land of fire, I can have as much Dango as I want. And then she asks the fire man, but before we leave, can you give me money for a Dango? And so the fire male laughs and says, Naruto can literally buy you some. And so he says, oh, Naruto, I added tons of money to your bank, and this bank is basically rich. And so I'm not going to give you how much money that is because Naruto lives in the land of fire. So just think about it. It's like millions of millions of millions of dollars. Naruto has basically instantly became the richest man in the world. Well, no, top 5 richest people in the world, because he is the prince to the land of fire. He is the Demeo to the land of waves. And so think about it. And so, well, now Naruto heads off. And so after that 2 months of training, Naruto comes back to the village, and he is way stronger. He is about like, I'm gonna say mid to high Jonin level. And so he learned lots of jutsu, and he has got the Black Panther style for his katana, and he's gotten better with his Kekkei Genkai. And so now Naruto is getting ready for Chunin exams, and now they changed his name to Naruto Namikaze Uzumaki. And so, well, they're going to announce that in the exams. And so, well, now Naruto does the first exam. No, Naruto goes in, and the teams look at Naruto saying, who's this clown? And so then Sasuke says, I want to know about Naruto Uzumaki. And Kabuto says, Naruto Uzumaki. He is the heir to the fire Daimyo. He is the Daimyo to the land of waves, and he is in the top 5 richest people in the world. And people look at Naruto with awe, saying he's so rich, and so people want to marry him for that money. But Naruto says, don't talk to me if you didn't like me before. And so he smiles, and then he sees Karen, and he smiles at her and makes her blush. And Karen thinks, a Uzumaki and a Namikaze? And so then she smiles at Naruto. And so, well, now it's the first part, and then Naruto easily gets that. And so now it's the second part of the Chunin exams. And so then Naruto heads in. And so Naruto gets in front of Team 7, and then Team 7 says, give us your scroll or you're going to have to fight us. But then Orochimaru appears, saying, well, that doesn't even matter, my guy, because you gotta pay. And so then Orochimaru gets in a fight with Sasuke, and so Naruto decides to help, and so he starts fighting with Sasuke to try to help. And so Orochimaru's getting pushed back a little. And so then Sai starts helping, seeing Orochimaru as a traitor. So he shows his true strength, like the Anbu kind of strength there. And so then Orochimaru is literally like going full power now. And so then he's bodying them. But then Anbu get alerted. And so then, well, now Orochimaru thinks, oh no. And so then Anko appears, and some Anbu with the Hokage too. And so then Orochimaru just does that dip no jutsu and dips precisely. And so then Naruto just goes to find another team, and he finds well, Karen about to die from a snake, but then Naruto saves her, and Naruto has two sets of scrolls, and so he gives her one set and takes her off, and she says, "My team got ambushed and got killed." Naruto says, "Oh, I'm sorry for your team," and so he takes her, and so she passes, and so well now it's the last part of the exam, and so well now Naruto um gets faced against Kiba, and Kiba says, "I'll beat you dead last." And Naruto says, "Whatever you say, Kiba." And Kiba says, "I don't care if you're the prince of the land of fire. I'm still gonna beat you, weakling." And Naruto shrugs, saying, "Whatever you say, Kiba." And so then Kiba snarls at Naruto, saying, "Shut up." And so Naruto shrugs, saying, "Okay, I'll shut up." And so Kiba attacks, saying, "Fang over Fang." And Naruto um says, "Okay." And so then Naruto does a single hand sign and says, "Fire style, fire dragon jutsu." And Sasuke says, "Yes, I got that jutsu." But then Sasuke just waits for his next match, and so he tries that jutsu, but then Sasuke gets nothing. Nothing happens. And so, see, what happened is Naruto made all his jutsu have less hand signs because he mastered them. And so it makes it impossible for the Sharingan to copy. And so Naruto smiles, saying, "Oh, you tried that, Sasuke. You know I don't do the actual hand signs assigned for that jutsu." And so Sasuke snarls at Naruto. And then he just takes out that guy easily. And so the matches are Naruto versus Sasuke, Gaara versus Gaara versus some random. And so yeah. And so well now Naruto, Anko gives Naruto Jiraiya, and so then Jiraiya finds Naruto, and the same things happen, but when he tries, it doesn't work, and the voice is in his head saying, "Jiraiya, I need the Black Panther contract," and Jiraiya nods, and Naruto summons and gets the Black Panther contract, and it's the basic king of all the Black Panther, and so this person is as tall as Will the Boss Toad, and so then the person does the same thing that Gamabunta does, but way harder, and so Naruto gets passed out for like the whole month, and all that jizz, and so now it's the Chunin exams, but I'll be stopping it here, so see you next video.